I think my absolute favourite justification for voting yes on Prop 8, my absolute favourite, are those that refer to the sanctity of marriage, and they talk about traditional marriage. And I honestly have no idea what they're talking about when they say traditional marriage. They seem to think that traditional marriage, A, that it's one man and one woman. It's not. Evidently it's not. And B, that it derives from love. Now, it depends on what you mean by traditional marriage. If by traditional marriage you mean the oldest form of marriage, you'd be wrong on both counts. The oldest form of marriage that we are aware of is one man, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of wives, lots and lots and lots and lots of children, and it certainly didn't derive from love. It was a financial and socio-cultural establishment. It was designed to enhance social status and to maintain a particular form of cultural cohesion. That is the only reason it existed. And in many instances seems to have simply been a form of socially and culturally mandated mass rape. And this is a form of marriage that is still pervasive through many cultures today. The notion of one man and one woman exclusively, and of marrying simply because one wants to marry someone else, because one feels some affection or love for someone else, is entirely new, and derives, I imagine, from the status of relative plenty that we exist in the modern West. Because institutions such as marriage are technically no longer necessary in order to maintain particular forms of social cohesion or of plenty or subsistence, it becomes a luxury. It's an added bonus, if you like. Something that one can indulge in if one chooses. And if one voted on yes on Prop 8 or supports Proposition 8 because one thinks that a particularly religious form of marriage is superior to all others, then I don't see why you are not also propositioning for atheists, agnostics, pagans, Buddhists, Wiccans, and anyone who stands outside of your particular religion to also have their marriages annulled, and to make it illegal for them to marry as well. Since by not doing so you are indulging in a profound form of hypocrisy. You are saying this form of marriage stands outside of what I believe to be the divinely mandated, enshrined model of marriage, and so does this one here, but I'm going to target this one and leave this one alone. Have the courage of your convictions. Otherwise, all it seems is, as I said earlier, you just hate fags. You just don't have the balls to say it. Furthermore, the institution of marriage is not an institution. It is not something that is quantifiable or absolute. You can grind down the universe to the finest powder, sift it through the finest sieve again and again and again, and you will not find 1 gram of marriage. In the same way you'll not find 1 gram of truth, you'll not find 1 gram of justice or of morality. Marriage is an idea. It's a construct. It is a movable and changeable feast that we have created for various reasons. It serves a variety of functions, and the functions that it serves change depending upon what culture one finds oneself in and the circumstances in which it occurs. And it changes constantly in historical terms. Its parameters constantly shift. And it seems to me that those who voted yes on Prop 8 for religious reasons would like to think that marriage has always been the same in their particular religion from the very beginning of time to the end. It hasn't. Even the history of, say, particular Christian marriages are tapestries of changing circumstance and shifting parameters. That is the nature of these ideas of marriage and of society, and that's the way it should be. There is nothing enshrined here, and I fail to see what those ideological conservatives who think otherwise are trying to protect. It seems to me that what you're trying to protect is a delusion, this neurotic misconception of absolutism and certainty that doesn't exist and has never existed. This dream, if you like, this abstract of the way you want society and culture to be, but which cannot accommodate all of the various different factors that occur within it without becoming exclusivist. And as far as I'm concerned, the moment you find yourself thinking in that way, in that very narrow, myopic, and ultimately fear-based way, you are failing. You're failing to acknowledge what culture is, what society is, the way it functions, let alone components of it, such as marriage and familial structure, etc., etc., etc.